Hey everyone, I'm gonna give you a whole nother perspective on me. Just kidding. I'm really tired. Can you tell? I'm a little woo-hoo. Anyway, so I am finally going home, and I do have every intention of going back to bed. I'm so excited for a nap, but I just got done taking care of some kitty cats, and because that's what I do. And I got stopped by the gardener. She's a real nice lady. She's like, "Hey, I've heard so much about you. You know, so-and-so raves about you." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's good." You know, glad to hear that, you know, because I try really hard to do a good job. Like, I was 10 minutes late today to feed these kitties, and I was mad at myself because one of these kitties is on insulin, and I have to give insulin. And though 10 minutes is really not going to make a difference, but I was just mad at myself because I'm a perfectionist. I like to, you know, do what I'm supposed to be doing. That's why people talk good things about me when I take care of their animals. So anyway, she's like, "I have 2 dogs that really need nail trims." I'm like, "Okay, I can do that." "Well, one of them doesn't really, you know, like her rear end touched." "Okay, I got a muzzle." We can do this. If we can cut the nails on this one cat that I'm taking care of right now, who gives me laser beams from her eyes like the Death Star when she sees me coming with those nail cutters, and will bite me that I have to muzzle. I can handle your shepherd, you know. We're good, don't worry. So it looks like I gained another client, so that's nice. I guess I have a side gig starting here. But on the topic of animals, I want to talk about natural disasters like hurricanes or flooding specifically, and your animals. All right, it has happened to me. I have been in a massive flash flood here in the Midwest because we don't get hit by hurricanes. And my house was standing in the middle of the floodwater path. Like, the water went whoop around my house, okay? It was, other than earthquakes in Southern California, when I lived there, this is probably the scariest event I've had to encounter. The floodwater rose pretty damn fast. Like, we got so much rain in such a short period of time that the creek to the north of us overflowed and just decided to go where it wanted. Into my house. That's where it went. I rent my house from a relative of my husband, and in the past, the house has flooded before with torrential rains. I believe she quoted 8 feet of water in the basement once. Yeah. So they sealed off the basement. Well, when you have a flash flood hit your house, it doesn't matter if the basement is sealed or not. It's gonna find a way in. So, being an animal person, I have a lot of dogs. They're all little dogs. I have dachshunds, but I have my own pack of wieners. I'm a lucky girl. My husband has a lot of wieners. No. And then I also have an FIV positive cat that I got from a previous employer who was gonna unfortunately euthanize her because nobody wanted to adopt her, and she was FIV positive, which is feline AIDS. If you don't know what that is and you're watching, that's going, "What's FIV?" So I have a lot of animals in my house. So this flash flood is you know, it's raining crazy. We see the water maybe just a few inches, you know, starting to flow through the backyard, and we were like, "Oh God!" And then we look out front, and the manhole out front had blown up, and the sewer was backing up full of water. We're like, "Okay, we're in trouble. We got to get out of here now because there's no end in sight in this rain." And so we had no action plan because, you know, you think, this is not going to happen to me. I'm in the Midwest. This is the, you know, a tornado is going to come if anything, right? No, us. And so we move fast. I grab important documents, purse, phones, chargers, tablets, things like that in case the electricity goes out. We can't get back into our house for a long period of time, things that we're going to need, right? So I grab them quickly, within minutes. And we load all 7 dachshunds into the car as the water is starting to rise even higher. And you try to get 7 little dogs through the rain, as the rain wants to the water wants to sweep you away at your feet. It's scary. I will actually link several videos to the end of this video so you can see what we went through. And you will actually see the water at my feet as I'm waiting for my husband to pass off dogs for me to put into the car. You will see the aftermath in my basement, which looked like a third world country. It was horribly disgusting because sewage backed up into my basement. But we did have the cat that lived in the basement. She had her whole little playground down there. Dachshunds do not necessarily mix with cats. So I figured this cat has lived her whole first entire year in a 3x3 kennel. Having full run of my basement is going to be great for her. She can do whatever she wants. She's got jingle balls hanging from the ceiling. She's got toys. She's good, right? So she lived down there for a good, I think a year and a half. And, happy kitty, lots of hiding places, lots of places to explore. And so anyway, the water is pouring into my basement. And I'm like, where is the cat? We can't find her. She is hiding and silent. She was so scared and so confused, she didn't even let out a cry. And the water is rising, cars are getting stuck out in the intersection right by our house. Our house is a corner house and cars were stuck there. And we were like, oh my God, if we don't get out now, we're screwed, because the water looked like it was about to come into the top level of the house. And my heart sank. I wanted to throw up. I was sick because I had to leave my cat. I'm not even really attached to the cat. Honestly, I'm not. She's affectionate with me. I pet her, I give her some love, I feed her, I take care of her medically, but I'm not like, oh, this is my cat, she's the best thing in the world. I'm just not attached to her because she's kind of weird up here from being in a kennel for the whole first year of her life at the animal hospital that I worked at. She's a little cuckoo. So we're not that close, but I was like, this is an animal, this is a life, I have to save this life. And I couldn't, because I couldn't find her. And so we're like, we had to make the split-second decision. We have to leave, and we have to leave now. We have to get out, or we're not going to be able to get out. So we had to leave the cat. As soon as we got all the dogs unloaded at my in-laws' house, the rain started to ease up. And I was like, okay, let's go back right now and see if we can get back in and find the cat. It was maybe an hour later. We were able to get into the driveway. We went down into the basement, and there was 3 feet of sewage water. Sewage, okay? Disgusting sewage, okay? And I'm like, I have to find this cat. I got into that water. I got into sewage water for this cat. And finally, she started letting out little meows, and I was able to find her hiding in my sewing cabinet on the little footrest. If the water had kept rising where she was, she would have drowned. And I don't understand why the cat didn't just go up the stairs and into the house. She was probably scared and confused. I had left the door to the basement open in hopes that she would run up, right? Nope. She knows the dogs are up there. She probably thought the dogs were up there. She was scared, confused, didn't do it. Instead, she hid. And if that water had risen to 8 feet like it had done in the past, she would have been dead. And I was so happy to find her. She was soaking, but I got her in a kennel, got her upstairs, put her into the bathroom, At that point, the floodwaters had passed, and I knew, okay, at this time, we're good. So she was upstairs and safe in the bathroom. But the thought of leaving an innocent animal was heartbreaking to me. It was sickening to me. And I hope to the gods that I never have to do that again. So now, this cat lives upstairs. She no longer has the whole basement to roam. She lives upstairs, and it took a lot of time, and she has made friends with some of the dogs. The other dogs, they're not friends. And they stay separated by a baby gate in the house, and she just stays away from them. And you know, they're used to seeing her, so it's all good. So she lives upstairs, so I don't have to go through that again. It's scary. But then I think about these people in the Hurricane Florence right now, and previous hurricanes that are forced to leave their pets. Like, it's one thing when you are forced to leave your pet, like authorities are there at your door and they're like, knock, 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 get out now or we're gonna drag you out. You must leave, and you may not take your pets, which has happened. And they tell you, get in the boat, we're going. So you have to go, and you are forced to leave your pets. You are not at fault for that. When you're in a situation like I was, where you need to get out for your family, out for your safety, and you try your hardest to get to your animals, but they're hiding, and you have no more time, you are not at fault. You tried. But there are people out there in these natural disasters that just leave their pets behind. They leave them on purpose. They're like, oh, it's just a dog. It's just a cat. Or they tie him to a pole and they leave. If you don't take your pets, and you have every opportunity to get those pets, and you just choose not to, they're fine. They're going to be fine. We're good. Let's just go. We'll come back. We'll just leave some food out. You're a POS. That's all I got to say about that. You are a POS. Like these poor animals, you know, and even people that just release their dogs free, you know, out of the house, hoping they find, you know, higher water. No. Like, there's a picture of a man, I think it was in Puerto Rico, where this dude is holding his pit bull. A big pit bull. And he is trudging through what looks like 3.5, 4 feet of water. Like, that man is my hero. That's the way it should be. Your pets are family. They should be family. Otherwise, you shouldn't have pets. So, Hurricane Florence people, if you are evacuating and you choose not to take your pets intentionally because you're lazy, or they're not important, or it's any other reason than you're forced, when you get back, if they're still alive and they love you, go find them another home. Okay? Do those animals a favor and go find them another home, because you don't deserve them. I am sickened at the thought of seeing pictures after this hurricane of what could possibly have happened with innocent animals left behind, because it happens. We are selfish as human beings, and animals are property. So, you know, property can be replaced, right? No, not if they're family. So that is my rant. And again, I'm not hitting at people who are forced or have tried and they can't save their pet. You know, you guys are innocent. I'm talking about the people who are just stupid. So I am going to link right after this video the videos from my flash flood and what I went through just as a simple flash flood. And just let's magnify this by several other feet, and a hurricane and wind and trees falling, and think about what could happen to your animal. And think about your decision. If you're thinking, I'm just going to leave my pet here and I'll come back. We're good. Okay? So, everybody have a great weekend. I love you all. Thank you for watching my videos. If you want to contact me, my email will be below. And I would be happy to respond to anybody for any reason. Just say, hey, I liked your video, or hey, I have a question about your video, or whatever it may be. Email me. I'm good. I'm cool. All right? Peace out. Get it. No, get it. All right, so here is my basement after the flood. The water receded somehow. I assume down the drain, but there's still a lot of water in here. Oh my God, it smells like a damn sewer. It smells disgusting. This is disgusting. Oh. So, yeah. Food ruined. Blankets, clothes. Cat food ruined. Oh, this is damn disgusting. This is a third world country. No, this is like fourth world country, if I just made that up. Yep. The water went up to my knees last night. It's a little dark over here. Sorry about that. But as you can see, and probably hearing my feet, there is still water. It's foul. My food stash partially made it. But as you can see, there's a case of Coke that went, and some cat litter, and a whole bunch of shit. Oh, how about a TV on its side, and a refrigerator on its side, and everything just, yeah. That's my world right now. Wonderful. Fucking fabulous.